Hello, this is Ian Noel Camilotes for Centertainment Media, and this is ChatterBox. Hello, this is Ian Camilotes for Centertainment Media, and I'm here today at Anime Magic with Kara Edwards, voice actor. Well, welcome today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
First of all, it seems you seem to be in a little get-up. Can you tell us who you've got?
I'm cosplaying Videl because it means I get to wear yoga pants all day, and because I love her.
It's very, very relaxing,
Yes,
especially with the hot weather.
It's like the most comfortable cosplay on earth. But
Yeah.
it's also fun.
Well, I wanted to start off by asking, what got you into voice acting?
Oh, that's a great question. So I did not seek this out. Like most people who spend their lives I want to be a voice actor. Voice acting was not a word that existed when I was growing up. Of course, we knew there were voice actors because we watched cartoons and stuff. But I was literally teaching inline skating classes, and I was a teenager, and somebody in my class was like, do you have any interest in working in radio? And I was planning to go to school for broadcast journalism, so I was like, heck yeah, man. And I ended up working at Radio Disney, eventually ABC Radio Networks. And Kyle Hebert, who is the narrator on Dragon Ball Z and a million other things, he and I ended up doing a show together for 6 years on Radio Disney. He was reading a newspaper when he saw an ad for a company that was looking for people who could do cartoon voices. And at this point, I had been performing for Disney, and they had taught us a lot. So we were like, yeah, we went down to this audition and then booked my first ever voiceover gig, which was a little show called Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, that was my first gig. Literally.
Played quite a few characters. You already talked about Videl, and you played a few other characters.
Goten and Gotenks and Upa and Lime.
Well, what are your favorite parts about playing a lot of those roles on Dragon Ball Z?
All of it. My absolute favorite part of being in Dragon Ball Z is our family. The Dragon Ball family, to say that we're close is an understatement. We have each other's backs. We know our kids know each other. We spend time together. When a new person joins the cast, it's always a welcome to the family. Meeting the fans, Dragon Ball fans are the best. So it's the show itself, but it's all of the external stuff is what's really powerful.
Okay. Well, we've talked a lot about, especially in the other interviews, about Dragon Ball Z. There's another character that's very interesting to me. You play the voice of Bubble Girl in My Hero Academia.
Yes.
Unique thing about that's a fan-made character. It was not originally made for the show or the manga.
It was a contest.
How do you feel about playing that kind of character that was made by a fan?
Oh, it's extra special. That makes it so. My Hero Academia is the first time that I got to become a fan of a show before I was cast. Mm-hmm. So I was already watching the show and thinking, man, I'd give anything to be in this show. And then I got the call, oh, we have your character. And Colleen Klinkenbeard was so great at casting people, very much for who they were very right for. And then I found out it's a fan-drawn character, and it's are you kidding me? That's so special. That's so cool that they did that to begin with. And she's beautiful. To look at her, she's such a cool character. So it just, I don't know, it's just I was already so excited just to join the cast, and then it just felt like it just turned it up one more level, where it was and it's fan-drawn? Cool. So, okay. Yeah. And also Bubble Girl, kind of matches my personality. So, perfect.
Very peppy.
Hey!
So who are some of the characters that really stand out to you that you had fun doing performances with? It's something that you would probably feel wouldn't get tired of doing.
So there's a show called Hello Kitty Super Style.
You brought that up and...
Absolutely my favorite character. I never was able to choose favorites until she came into my life. Pinky, I voice Pinky and Zing in Hello Kitty. Pinky is so freaking fun. My favorite director, Mary, that I got to work with on the show, it was prelay, which means that we weren't having to match flaps. So we had total freedom to just go crazy. My girl Pinky is so wonderfully ADHD and all over the place and easily distracted. And I just had so much fun bringing her to life. She's a definite top favorite of mine. Other than that, it's like it would be so hard to choose. Like, I really miss Nymph from Heaven's Lost Property. Chihiro from Danganronpa is an absolute favorite of mine. There's so many like strange little minor characters that nobody talks about that had like big impacts on me. Marugu from Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, what a minor character, but I had so much fun doing it. I could do a whole series of Marugu. There's a ton like that are like little sprinkled in characters that I'm just like, oh man, I wish that was a canon. Yeah.
Okay. With characters that you go for roles for or get called for, what do you look for in a character that you want to voice over?
Being cast.
Just being straight up.
Every role is a challenge. Every role is going to find a different piece of me, a piece of my history, a piece of my experience, a piece of somebody outside of me that I am mimicking. There is a show that I play an ant queen. I can't think of the name of the show right now, but I came up with this ridiculous voice for this ant queen. And it wasn't until like many episodes in that I was like, oh my God, I'm totally doing an impersonation of somebody, and I'm not saying who. But I was definitely doing an impersonation of somebody I knew who was very demanding and kind of mean. And so I was like, oh, that's really funny. So you're drawing from all aspects of your world when you're acting. And so like there isn't a character that I'm going to get cast as that I go, well, that's a disappointment. Like every time I'm in the booth is when I come to life.
Okay. If you were given choices, then let's say a show comes up and they give you choices, would you prefer that, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, if they would give me a choice, I'd be every lead character, all of them, even the men. No, I'm kidding. But I would. I mean, because again, I want to be in the booth. I want to be working. I want to. That's why I work in like so many different genres of voice acting. For that reason, is I want every single day I want to be in my booth recording.
Okay. You talked about earlier, you did broadcast, you did a little bit of broadcast radio and everything.
Yep, I have.
What are some of the skills that you brought from that helps out with your voice acting?
So this is interesting because back in the day, now radio doesn't exist the way it used to. But back in the day, there was always this rumor, this thought process that if you work in radio, you're a DJ and you're not going to be an actor and you're not going to be a voice actor. And I definitely had to fight through a stigma coming out of radio with that. But the truth is, I worked at Radio Disney. Well, we were performing the entire time. I wasn't introducing music. I was an actor performing a role. Then I went into morning radio. And again, you're playing a role when you're doing that. So I'm not just saying like coming up next. It's not that. And so I've been performing my whole life and started acting when I was in third grade doing theater. So it's like, I feel like it only enhanced that dedication to the character. Because working in radio, I had to do it 5 days a week from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. I had to put on a role because I was not me. Otherwise, I probably would have been a little boring. So I had to definitely like create somebody every morning.
Okay. Because I know radio's changed so much. But even before, I'm surprised that there's a stigma that it's just a DJ. Because before, radio used to have shows, radio shows that people used to voice act. So I'm surprised that.
Yeah, no, huge stigma against it. Huge. And I had to really fight through because like people would, and the other thing I had to fight through is I've done a lot of commercial voice acting throughout my whole life. And there was also a stigma around that. It's like, oh, she's a commercial voice. She's not a performer. And it's like, man, voice a commercial, I dare ya. That's pure performance. That is purely putting on a show and having to say a whole lot of words really fast to make it sound believable. It's all performing.
Well, one thing I always like to ask a lot of the guests I interview is, what advice do you have for anyone that wants to get into voice acting? Because everyone's got a different path and how they get there.
Everybody.
So what advice would you have for anyone that wants to get into voice acting?
I mean, so it is really and truly mostly skill and then some luck. And the skills are going to always come in the form of improv, 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 improv. Take another improv class after you're done with your first improv class. Because it's thinking outside of the box. It's committing to a character. It's coming up with a character like that, because that's how long you have to create the character and to make a choice and to layer the character. When you're done with like 97 improv classes, acting, then start taking classes with the people who can actually open the doors for you. There's a ton of people out there teaching. Not all of them are actually going to be able to help. So like be very discerning with who you're studying with. But I mean, it's with any job. People come to me all the time and they're like, well, I've been told I have a good voice. And I'm like, great. I don't think I have a good voice. I'm a good performer. So that's really where it's at, is finding the skills. It's about having the skill.
Okay. Well, before we end this, could you let us know where we can find you on social media?
Absolutely. So I am the newest person to join TikTok. I've been on there a whopping month, and I'm loving making videos. Kara Edwards VA on TikTok. On Instagram, you can find me at karavoice. And on all other socials, I'm just Kara Edwards.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us here.
Yes.
Well, this is Ian Camilotes for Centertainment Media, and thank you for joining.
It's on the wrong interviewer.
Please!
You can grab him.
Down the crying.
Give me something, Kara! Give me something! Give me something, Kara!
Sorry, I didn't.
What's your name?
No.
Anson.
And then that's your whole interview. That's all you get. I start yelling the answers like from the other side of the room. What's your favorite show? Why are you asking?
Well, this is Ian Camilotes for Centertainment Media. Something flies at me.
Yeah. Like it's like a shoe, a Videl shoe, just comes across. The most viral interview ever.
It's still rolling, right?
It's never rolling the whole time. Oh, is it rolling the whole time? It's rolling. Oh, shit.
Yes, that's the best behind the scenes.
Okay, this has to make bloopers. Oh my god. She's not even turned red. Okay. Okay, we're